be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Herbert on 1st down now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll start on the ground, ETN, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Play action. It's Herbert. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only has to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And he's got room. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Herbert. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and Panther lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That is caught by Lamb. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
On the
more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Cowboys at 9-3 here on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And some room to run now. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Play action. It's Fields. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Garibay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Fields now to throw. That is complete downfield to Knox. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, Fields. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
A final shot before the break. Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Panthers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
This pass caught. It's Woods. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. ETN. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Well, the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Once more, ETN. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Oh, this is blocked. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Herbert's throw complete there to Thomas. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Fields. Open. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. After the run, now Herbert to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
And just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football. He's got a man complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw here, Herbert. And Woods has it complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This time, the extra point up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Panthers 16.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity, or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A chance for Waddle on the return. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. From the 31, Herbert. That's complete to Pierce. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Herbert. Got his man, it's Woods. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Herbert. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
Herbert. Another catch there for Waddle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It drives some people crazy to see their short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
4 yards remain for second down. Now Herbert. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Herbert going to throw. Open net is Waddle, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Herbert to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share